When I was in 8th grade, my father announced to us that we were moving to Kabul. He had been appointed to a position in the Ministry of Public Works to oversee its work in the northern province of Badakhshan. When it was time to leave Mazar, we loaded our possessions onto a bus for the perilous 2-day trip. The route took us along a narrow, unpaved road that snaked through the mountains. Often, it seemed to be barely carved out of the mountainside, with a sheer rock wall on one side of the bus and a cliff looking down on a river far below on the other. On the second afternoon of our trip, I noticed a big limousine trying to get around a Chevy truck ahead of it. With no shoulders on the road, it was difficult for cars to pass each other. The truck either wouldn't or couldn't let the limo pass. When the narrow road briefly widened, the fancy car seized the opportunity and flew past the truck, only to slam on its brakes and come to a halt. The truck was forced to stop, as was our bus. Kabul was much more sophisticated than Mazar. The capital city had a population of some 500,000, about 10 times that of Mazar. It was a clean, pleasant city, quite green, with main boulevards, particularly the road to Darulaman Palace, lined with grand old trees. Its trolleys, airport, and multi-story buildings were hallmarks of modernity. On holidays, crowds larger than any I had ever seen would gather for festivities, attend concerts and cultural events, and stay out late. I recall the sound of Afghan music and the scent of kebabs and corn cooking on open grills. Social interactions were much more open in Kabul, with men and women sitting together, a change I liked. It was not uncommon to see Pakistanis, who came to escape the oppressive summer heat in the Indus River Plain, enjoy Kabul's nightclubs and entertainment, and indulge in the guilty pleasure of Indian movies, which were banned in their own country. My family initially lived in downtown Kabul, and later moved to a cottage before settling in a larger house in Kardichar. Located to the west of the central city along Darulaman Road, beyond the city's zoo and behind the National Parliament building, Kardichar was one of Kabul's better suburbs. I now had a room to myself. It was square, with cream white walls and a light hanging from the ceiling. The window had teal curtains, and the floor was covered with a handmade red carpet. My bed was a typical Afghan futon called tashak,